Welcome back. It's episode 92 of the Super Chevy Brothers podcast with your host, with the most, the king of Elden Ring, Travar, and his co-host,
Boomer.
No.
No?
You don't need a nickname yet.
Oh.
Mom. Mom's a nickname. There you go.
Okay. All right.
And the co-host, Mom. How's it going, Mom?
It's going good. It's a good week. It's a good day.
Any more games besides Egg Inc?
No, I got to my enlightenment egg and I worked it for a week and I'm still not where I need to be and it shut me down. So I have to prestige and start over.
For anyone who doesn't understand what she's talking about. So Mom's gotten to the last egg on Egg Inc. The very last one, right?
Yes, the prize egg.
And so apparently the last egg, there are a lot of stipulations to actually playing it. Like you don't get your boosts, you don't get all this stuff.
Nothing.
It's built to last like 3 months if you're all the way upgraded. Which she is. She's upgraded almost everything except her artifacts. So
Yes, and I'm learning how to do that.
not learning. She comes to me
Well,
and says, "Hey, dude, my artifacts." So artifacts are like the equivalent of talismans in an Elden Ring, or your Omamori slots in a Neo, or what's a game that's not a Souls-like that I can reference here? It's just a special stat that you can add to your gameplay. It's passive. You don't have to do anything, but you have to combine
know how to
things.
do that, so.
But Mom doesn't like to combine stuff, so.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Okay. Well, you got to get into more games than just Egg Inc. I'm sorry.
Well, after I conquer the Enlightenment egg.
3 months. So we're going to do 3 months of podcasts before you play another
I'm
game.
going to beat that record. I'm not going to go 3 months.
I think it's designed for 3 months. I don't think there's beating the record. I think that's it. I think it's designed.
Well, it almost times you out. Because you can't build more houses. You can't have enough eggs carted away because everything's filled.
Well, maybe you should figure out a way around that. But in the meantime,
That's what I'm going to do.
find a different game. It's a games podcast. You got to play
I know.
new stuff every week.
I'm going to do the Elden game with you. I know you're far in advance and all that, but at least I could observe and see, and then I'll play. I can start.
You can definitely watch, but if you want to play, it's gonna be pretty fun to watch. You've got to learn to use controls. The last time I played a game with Mom, that was an actual like video game, not like You Don't Know Jack or Drawful or something.
Is that the one Kalanick and I played? Or did we just watch?
You just watched.
Oh. Felt like we were.
The last time you played a game, I remember this. It has to be like the year 2002 or something.
Oh, come on.
And we played Bloody Roar on the PlayStation 2.
Wow.
And you were having none of it. You were having none of it. You said it was too bloody. Your face. I've never seen. Usually parents, right? They take you to Disneyland. They pretend to be happy. They take you to McDonald's. They pretend to be happy. They take you to the park.
I love Disney World.
Huh?
Disney World's fun.
Yeah.
There's
Okay,
no
fine.
pretense.
Sure. But you'd be happier without the kids there.
I just let you come along, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. But I've never, in my whole life being a kid, saw as much disappointment and dread on your face while we were playing this game, and it's just stone face, just can't wait to finish this so he can leave me alone. I've never asked you to play a game since then.
I didn't understand it. And why? Why
It's
would
fun.
you want to play a game like that?
It's fun.
Okay.
Says the lady who clicks eggs.
This the kid who could have been at the school shooting up things. Come on. I mean, we have to be careful about that stuff.
Saying oh, you are a boomer. Oh my god. You know how many people play video games and how many of them don't shoot anything?
I know. It just so happens that the ones who shoot play video games.
It's like saying people who shoot people go to the restroom.
They drive cars.
Yeah, right? Okay. Well, I did play Elden Ring yesterday with MXG XPX and Sleestack. You know who those are yet?
No.
Okay, you'll have to figure it out.
Okay.
But anyway, so you're not paying it. What are you doing over there?
She's
playing the egg game.
No.
What are you doing?
I'm not. I was just making sure I'm on top of things.
The topic's up here.
Okay, I got it.
We've got a screen with the. You don't have. What are you doing? You playing the egg game?
I'm just making sure I'm prepared. That's what boomers do.
Anyway, so me and my friends are playing Elden Ring. This game yesterday. I said it's big, right? It's really big, but I really realized how big it was yesterday. We spent like 2.5 hours in one castle, and then I had to. So MXGXPX likes pigs. Do you know pigs?
Do I know pigs?
Yeah, you know pigs.
Okay, yeah, I'll bite.
Okay, I'll explain pigs. So
what are pigs?
In games, okay, you can do this thing called farming.
Okay.
And a lot of games, especially role-playing games, you level up your characters with experience.
Okay.
Experience usually comes from battling or doing some actions in the game that are needed to progress the game or whatever it may be, right? So in Elden Ring, you tend to fight things and you get experience from it. It's called soul. Every game calls it different. Souls or this or that, whatever. But some people, or in some games, you have to do it.
Okay.
Right? You need to farm souls or farm experience in order to level your character up enough to actually progress through the game. Or maybe you want to get a certain skill up, or maybe you want to be way overpowered or something. So you can farm. It's like a farm, right? Sustenance.
Gotcha.
Keeps coming, right? But some games have farms that are way too good. And we call these pigs. Because in Bloodborne, one of the greatest games to ever be told or experienced ever, there's a section of the game where there are these giant, 10 feet long
pigs.
Okay. And what you do is you run around the corner and you shove your fist right up the pig's anus and you rip out his intestines. This is called a visceral attack. Okay?
What?
And then once you rip it out, boom, you get a lot of experience. In this game, it's called. In this game, it's called Blood Echoes. But you get a lot of blood echoes, and you do that over and over because nearby the pigs, there's a place where you can respawn.
So you keep shoving your hand up pig anuses.
You keep shoving the pigs. So in any game where you run into a situation where you find an area that gives you lots of experience points. And it's very easy to reset the area where they come back, right? And you can do it again and again. We call that pigs.
Okay. But that who did that?
Who did what?
Who made where you need to go up a pig's anus?
Well,
what is that?
I mean, it makes sense.
No.
In context, it does. It absolutely makes sense. Okay, so this game, Bloodborne, let me explain this game. Bloodborne, one of the themes of Bloodborne is blood. It's about things born by blood, like a disease or something. So some people are turning into beasts because, they're born by blood. It's the disease is born by whatever, bloodborne. Okay, just think that. Keep that in mind. So in the game, there's a theme of using blood to get more power.
Yes.
Okay? Blood. So in the game, when you can hit some people, you can cut people and fight, whatever. But there's a move called a visceral attack.
Okay.
Where in order to get the most blood, you punch your arm usually into someone and you
Eviscerate them. Right. I got
guts
that.
coming out, right?
But you don't have to do it up their anus.
But hold on. Usually, no. It's usually a normal person. Belly button. Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But, okay. Pigs don't have belly buttons. Not ones that we can reach. And these are giant pigs. They're like bigger than this room. They're giant pigs.
They have mouths.
Yeah, but you can't reach the guts from the mouth, and he'll eat you. That's what they do. They charge it.
And he's just going to stand there and let you put your hand up his anus.
So the thing is, you sneak behind them slowly, and then you, and you.
Pigs are pretty smart.
Huh?
Pigs are pretty smart.
Yeah, but my elbow's smarter apparently because I get deep in there. You just rip out the guts.
God. Now you see why I didn't like you playing those games. Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, MXGXPX, you'll have to figure out who these people are on your own, okay? He loves pigs.
Okay.
He really enjoys getting his pigs, playing with his pigs for hours, leveling up his character way past where he should be at the point.
All right.
But that's everyone likes to play a game different, right? So we were trying to get him to the pigs, and he's pretty early in the game. I mean, he's the first hour of the game.
So it's like a team sport. You're playing together?
Yeah, you can play together in Elden Ring.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. The theme of the game, so this company, From Software, which makes these games, a lot of the themes of the games are resurrection.
Okay.
Right? So, if, for example, in Elden Ring, there's a class of people called Tarnished, and these people they're tarnished. They're not blessed by the Elden Ring. But because they're not blessed by the Elden Ring, they're also not cursed with death. So they can so when you die in the game, your guy comes back. That's the narrative explanation for it, right? So you can also bring in other tarnished into your game, and that's where you have multiplayer. So excuse me. So we were playing together. And instead, I think the way most people play Elden Ring, like if you just start, you explore, you go here into a cave, and you do this for an hour and a half, do that. I didn't get to Godric for the first 10 hours or something, 12 hours, something like that. But Matt loves pigs. Oh, sorry, MXGXPX loves pigs. So, well, now you know. He loves pigs, so we tried to get him to the pigs. To get to the pigs, you got to beat a big boss in a big castle, and we're running through the castle, and I have I wouldn't say photographic memory, but I'm good with maps. Would you agree? I'm good with maps.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
GPS. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're good with maps.
Good personally with maps. Where's the S come from? Okay. Anyway. So we run through, we pick everything up.
Good personal sonar. How's that?
Oh, there you go. Hey. So we get through everything, and this took like 2.5 hours to run through. And then to get to the pig part, you have to kind of go deep into the second section, right? But like I said, Matt MXG Space was only an hour into the game, really. So we had to sprint. We couldn't use our horse because it's multiplayer. Had to sprint through to each part, and just sprinting I think took like 8 minutes to get to. It's just a huge game just to get to the next little part, which is just this. If you look at the map, it's no much than that far, but it takes forever going back there. But it's a huge game. I think I'm 100 hours in. I checked last night.
That is. Oh.
How do you feel about that? 100 hours.
What else could you have done with that 100 hours?
Not been as happy.
You could have slept. You could have.
Sure, that's a waste of time.
Walked in the park.
I did walk in the park.
Taken classes.
Like a picnic. I did. I studied. I studied.
Okay, so that was your sleep time.
What, the 100? No. Sleep. Whatever. Anyway, it's a huge game. Really nice. I did 100, but I've played 100 hours.
Okay.
And he has 99% of the same amount of map as I do open.
Wow.
But I've spent there's so much to do in the game.
But I mean, is there like a conclusion? Do you beat it?
There's a beat to the game.
That's no fun.
What?
You've kind of rushed MX SGS
GX.
GX
GX.
MSGX.
GX.
You've moved that player faster along, so they don't get to enjoy the.
That's what he want.
Oh.
And he can go back. He just got to go back. It's not a linear thing. It's an open world game, so it's not like you pat this point. Yeah, you just go back. Just walk back.
But so is Egg Inc. You can prestige, start over. All right.
Okay. I don't know if I consider Egg Inc. any kind of lead, whatever it is.
Best game
I also
ever.
played a different game. I'm trying to play games for the podcast because you're. I mean, you know,
I put a lot of pressure on you, right?
No, Biko's not here, right? Biko usually plays lots, but Biko's not here.
Right.
You play one game. I've got to literally beg you to play another one, so I got to play more games. So I played Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy, made by excuse me, Team Ninja. The same people who brought us Neo, one of my favorite games. It's basically Neo. For those listening, this means nothing to Mom. It's basically Neo. Strangers of Paradise is not in there if you're looking for it.
No, but it's on the internet.
Yeah. Okay. Good. You're searching. Strangers of Paradise is basically Neo with a Final Fantasy dressing. So it cuts out like the Japanese yokai, the setting, that time period stuff. Instead, it's the Final Fantasy 1 universe, which is kind of knights armor.
Right. So it's an action like role playing game.
Yes, that's what you read. Yes, it's an action role playing game.
Why are you giving it away?
That's okay.
They don't know.
I kind of think they do. I think they do know that you know.
Okay, then I'll just sit here and nod.
No. That's right. Yeah.
But it's also published by Square Enix in celebration of
Final Fantasy 1
35th anniversary.
Right. So Final Fantasy 1 came out 35 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Lost generations to video games. Oh my god.
It's not lost it's a hobby. Do you know?
A hobby that like takes over.
It doesn't take over?
Yes.
What did you do with the soul? What did you do with the 100 hours I used playing that game?
Let me say this.
No. What did you do over 100 hours for the past
Don't
month?
worry about my time, but let me say this. I realized recently watching a couple of comedians, like when they tell those jokes about when your mom would call you because the street light came on and you have to run home because you're not going to be out after dark. Most people don't even know what that means anymore. They're like, street? Outside? Playing?
That's not true. You haven't had like kids in what, 10 years now?
Excuse me?
Well, Biko's growing up. I'm growing up. Yeah, but
10 years?
Well, I guess
more like 8? 15.
No, how old is Biko now? He's not 30.
Old. You're older. Oh.
Only by a little. Anyway, no, that's just your perspective because, A, you don't have them anymore. Kids are still out there running around. They're always out there. There's a kid that always parks in the front kissing his girlfriend all the time.
That is not a kid. That's a man kissing
He's like 17, 16 years old.
That's not a kid.
Yeah, it is.
No, that's not someone who would be out in the street throwing football, playing kickball. He's kissing girls.
Oh, you mean like not a kid?
Yeah. See, you don't even know the joke I'm talking about.
Kids.
You don't recognize it.
But whose fault is
that? That's what kids always did. They go outside and play. Yeah. I would make you go outside and play, but you have to play those video games.
I love them. But I went outside and played, and I come in and play video games and everything.
Because you were made to go outside.
Kids these days aren't just playing Elden Ring on the...
Yes, they are.
No, they're on the iPad that Mom bought because Mom don't want to talk to them. And they're tapping away on some garbage thing. That's hard. It's not even Egg Inc. worthy of video game. Okay?
I agree with that.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is...
Look outside right now. Not one child outside. It's a beautiful day.
It's a street it's full of old people over here. What are you talking about?
No one.
It's a cul. How old are our neighbors to the north of us?
Okay, they're near death. But
Okay,
I mean,
how old are the neighbors next? No. How old are the neighbors next to them?
How about the other way?
How about the neighbors next to them?
Well, we're all in
Okay, thank
decrepit
you.
circles.
The average age on this block is 65, even with all the children. Including the little dogs that the guy's trying to sell. The average age is 65. You relax, okay? It's not an argument.
I'm done with
Anyway,
that point.
Strangers of Paradise. All right?
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It looks horrible.
Really?
It's real muddy. So you have two options. You have resolution mode or performance mode. I chose performance for the 60 frames per second. It looks appalling. I can't believe Team Ninja, the same people, made this game after looking at... I mean, Neo doesn't look amazing or anything, but it looks like a good... I mean, you see Neo, like, I want to play that. This game looks like... It's blurry. Some of the places are way too dark. I might have to change my HDR settings or something like
What's
that.
with the purple?
What purple?
It looks like really dark purple.
I don't know.
Pictures they show.
There, I mean, so...
you can't see color.
Purple's kind of... Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah, that's true.
It's not really dark. It's just really, really purple. Lots of purple.
Maybe. Yeah, so it looks really bad. The story already is just... I played Final Fantasy 1. This is like... They've taken like a real simple game and put a part of that story or a telling of that story into another game, and it's really Japanese, but not in a good way. It's very corny. It doesn't tell the story well. I only played up to the first boss, right? But everything so far is just real blah. The faces, some faces look like real white people, and then other faces look like anime people, and it's like you got to choose a style. It just doesn't work. But there are a lot of things I like about the game. First of all, it's kind of Neo-ish. So you see some animations from Neo, like when you touch the shards or whatever. They have bonfire there. Do you know what a bonfire is?
No.
A bonfire?
A who?
You gotta say it through your nose. A bonfire.
Uh-huh.
A bonfire.
Bon.
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 No.
My nose is congested. It won't come out.
You know how the Jewish thing is the throat? Don't take that to the nose.
Bon.
Yes.
Okay. I'll never say that again.
You have those. But the combat's real cool. It's instead of having different weapons, well, it is. You have different weapons, have different styles like Neo, but it's more like it's jobs as Final Fantasy would do it.
Okay.
When you put on clothes, they're actual clothes, like it's shoes, pants, whatever you put on actually changes on your character. I like that. The combat's pretty fun. You have to remember what the weaknesses of the enemies are and use that, and it's fast-paced combat. I'm playing it on hard, and it is not easy. It's not like a breeze to get through. So I like it. I really do. It's multiplayer, but it looks horrible. So I'll probably finish Elden Ring or something, go back to it, but it is fun. So so far, I went through the first dungeon, got to the first boss. One thing with this game. So when it was first shown, people made fun of it because the main character always talks about chaos. I want to kill chaos.
Right.
And it's 100% exactly how the game is. There's a scene where you meet this girl, and she's like, man, this chaos is it's not real. It's just a fairy tale. There's no hero thing. There's nothing to do. She's giving this like monologue, and it's showing like the visuals. And the guy says, excuse me, I'm going to curse, okay?
Let me plug my ears.
The guy says, shut up. That's bullshit. He takes his Walkman, sticks the headphones in his ear, and then walks away in the middle of a cutscene. And then so the cutscene just finishes, and then the game follows him instead of like giving us more story or anything. It's just a really weird story with a really weird character. But I like the game. It's fun to play. But that's all the new stuff I played this this week. You got to play some games, Mom.
I will. I said I would try Elden. I just got a little busy at work, so
yeah, that's okay.
Takes a lot of time. We started going back.
Okay, so this week I let Mom choose a topic. Her topic is a little old now, but go ahead. You start. Well,
we were going to talk about it last week, but I think I was a little nervous. Go ahead.
Are we too loud?
You are.
You think I'm too loud?
I'm just like,
Round 1. Fight.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it was about what happened at the Academy Awards.
Okay.
That was just not what I expected.
Mom's a big fan of the Academy Awards. She watches every year.
Well, when they had it, yeah. And so I watched it this week on Hulu. I let it watch because I wanted to see Wanda Sykes.
Did they show it on the replay?
Oh yeah, Wanda Sykes, Regina Hall, and Amy Schumer. I mean, I like them. Love it.
You like Amy Schumer?
Oh yeah, she's hilarious. She's an idiot. She's an idiot.
Okay.
She makes me laugh. I didn't like her.
I didn't either.
I couldn't stand her. But then, I don't know. Maybe it was, no, it was pre-COVID. And I watched her little series, her, special, it's a series.
I don't know, like a comedy show? Like a skit show?
Yeah, but it's like episodes. Yeah, lots of episodes, right?
So it's a series.
Yeah. And I couldn't stop watching. I mean, the stuff she does is just so, it's like ordinary, everyday things you would want to do to somebody or hate to have done to you. And she's just funny. So sometimes she's over the top, but she's still funny. But
keep it down a bit. You're hitting my microphone.
I'm sorry. Wanda Sykes, she's okay sometimes. She's one of those comedians that's like, she wants to yell, but I think her voice isn't that high. She's almost a Rodney Dangerfield kind. But Rodney, he was hilarious. And Regina Hall, she just is a scream. So they were doing so well. They were like dressed beautifully, making jokes like crazy. Everybody was happy. Things are going on in the audience. And just a lovely show. Probably one of the best I've seen, to be honest with you.
And this woman watches the Oscars, right? Every year?
Well, yeah. I want to see who won what,
Did you see Coda, by the way?
No. I probably won't see any of those movies. There was some dog something. I probably won't see that.
Why won't you watch Coda? It won the big movie thing.
Did. Most of them that win, they're all right.
You don't want to check it out? It's free.
I'll probably look at all of them later, but I'm not that zealot who feels like I have to see all these before, the show or anything. So anyway, I'm watching and people are winning awards and, it's good stuff. And I'm watching Chris Rock comes out. I'm like, oh, here he comes, In real time, I didn't see it because I fell asleep. I was really exhausted that night. Mm-hmm. Fell asleep early, really early. It was a Sunday night. And when I woke up, I'm like, oh, I'm missing the Academy Awards. I'm missing the Oscars. And when I got up, all I saw was the announcement that Will Smith won Best Actor. And my Twitter will, substantiate that because I said, Will Smith, Best Actor. That's all I said. And
Take one headphone out so you can hear your voice, so you don't bring it so high.
I'm sorry. So I was about to say something, a comment about it in Twitter, and something just told me. I heard your voice going, "Mom, don't say anything."
Oh, so Mom has for the past year and a half really wanted to tweet, and I have to manage her because she'll want to. Man, jeez.
You call it managing. I call it stifling. But I didn't say anything. I just said he won, and that's all I saw. And the next thing I know, I see this stuff on the news. I'm like, how did I miss? Well, I missed it because I was sleeping. So when I saw it on the replay, it was just horrid.
Horrid? Is that?
It was because everything was going like clockwork. Everything was cute and funny. And we don't talk about Bruno. I mean, everything was flowing.
I finally saw the last half of that movie with Kalana.
I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it.
It's catchy. I mean, there's a lot of music in it.
Yeah, and that's a fun song. I saw Beyonce singing. I mean, I saw all sorts of beautiful things.
Let me ask this.
Yes.
I agree, it was bad. But the word you use is horrid. What if he shot him? What word would you use then?
Ridiculous.
Okay, so I think horrid is a few levels stronger than ridiculous.
Well,
you might be using the English language.
You always judge me, but here's the thing. It's like having a birthday party and you pay $200 for this custom cake and somebody just drops straw and poops on it. That's what it was like. It was just so, I knew it was coming because it happened.
Uh-huh.
But I just watched. But I wanted to have the feel of the show to see what happened. And when it was just so off. It made no sense.
He ruined
the night.
Yeah.
And even afterwards, it was just so bizarre because right after that, he gets the award.
Yep, yeah.
And he's smiling and he's crying and I apologize to the Academy, blah, blah, blah. And after that, he's laughing at things and laughing at jokes. And I'm like...
He's on the slap. Have you slapped somebody recently?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, y'all are grown.
Okay. Well, not us. I mean, anyone. Jesus.
I don't slap people.
Okay. When you slap someone, okay?
I've
and a lot
never
of people
slapped my
don't
children.
experience this often, which is good because violence is not the thing we always want to resort to, right?
Humiliating.
But when you slap somebody, you get like I say, easy 3-hour high.
When you slap the person?
When you slap somebody, boom, instant. It's like
When's the last time you slapped someone?
Oh, it's been a while. It's been a while, but it's a high. Could just go and then he walked away and nothing happened. So if you slap someone and nothing happens,
I've elbowed
what kind
someone.
of
I've never slapped anyone.
What does that mean? Elbowed someone.
Right there to the gut. Hopefully a little lower. Yeah.
Those
were the early days.
Okay. But anyway.
We treated sex harassment a little differently. Knock the crap out of me.
Okay.
But it was just so...
I get that.
It was like the screech, the...
Yeah.
What just happened here?
I don't have that sound bite.
And the whole atmosphere totally changed.
Here's the thing. I get it. I don't think you should have slapped the guy or whatever. I don't get why people were defending it or whatever. But I don't care that much. But it made some really good memes.
Oh, it made
I think it was a good 2 or 3 days of just really good stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad it happened. I'm not happy that it happened.
Not glad it
but
happened.
I'm
it shouldn't have happened.
I'm glad of what we got out of it.
I mean, people put all their twists and turns, race. None of that has anything to do with it. That's just one individual acting out. I thought that was horrid. I really did. It just was so out of place.
Yeah, well,
And after that, the show was pooey.
It has to be. That's how it happens.
It
But
was
Will felt good. Slap some. You got to. Don't do that though.
No.
Slapping people's not good. I don't encourage
Well,
it.
it's humiliating to the person.
Fight!
Well, next topic outside of Will Smith. So, Mom, I'm gonna challenge you next time.
Hey, someone slap the crap out of him.
Next time, find a gaming topic.
You
anything.
got it.
Okay.
I see one game we have on here by Konami at eFootball 2022.
Oh yeah. I mean, how much did you? You don't know anything about it. But what did you think?
I don't play the football games, but I understand they were, complaints because they released it too early because they didn't have it all together.
Now, when you say football,
Yeah,
because I've never heard you say this word before in this context, what sport is popping up in your head?
soccer.
Okay.
I can tell it's soccer. You were gonna make fun of me.
No, I was just wondering if you
That's
knew.
But I must say, looking at like the players, they look like zombies or somebody stepped on their face.
Yeah. So I used to love. So this game is from the company Konami, and I used to. So there are really only two football games: FIFA by EA,
I'm well acquainted with that one.
right, and eFootball / PES. It used to be called PES. They changed the name to eFootball by Konami. And FIFA has always been the king. Everyone buys FIFA. It outsells everything. But PES, I think in the past few years, was doing pretty all right. I preferred how the game felt. I liked how the game looked. It felt a little more simulation-y, right? But in the past 2 years, I think, they decided to go the free route, release this game. The reason we're talking about it is because Konami came out and announced, or in a press release or whatever, that they did rush the game out.
They admitted.
They admitted to rushing the game out and not going after quality. They just needed to get it out on time. They developed late because they scrapped so many things from the original PES, which they shouldn't have. What?
Sounds like the government. You have to do things right, not just.
Oh, you mean
time
it's
frame.
they're operating in the way that I thought you meant, like some conspiratorial, like the government came to mess them. Okay.
Yeah, I mean quality matters. It's a game.
Yeah. So I
right.
didn't. I bought FIFA instead of PES because it just looks bad. But they admitted to it. They if I can get this to open, I can tell you exactly what they said.
The faces look melted. I mean, that's how bad they look.
Right. Konami stated we were too focused on getting the game out on time that we lost sight
of the most important thing, quality.
That's not. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I would say we were so focused on getting the game out on time that we lost sight of the most important thing, quality. Naturally, we were met with critical reviews from rightfully disappointed fans. I mean, this game, I think, was the worst reviewed game of all time. And the update that they just released is version 1.0.0, which means it's the actual release of the game, which is pretty ridiculous. It's been out months and months now. 6 months? Something like that.
So does that mean it replaces the game if you have it? Or
oh, no.
How does that work?
Okay. So remember when we were kids, right? And we buy like Street Fighter, the game. And then like 6 months later, they'd come out with Street Fighter, the game, EX version. And you have to get that, right? Today, they don't do that. Instead, they'll update, because we have internet. Everything's connected to the internet.
Right.
They can update the game the same way you update your phone or Egg Inc. updates. They can update the game without you buying and purchasing a new thing. It changes the game for everyone at the same time.
Okay, so the people who wasted money buying a game of melting zombies.
The thing is, I think it was free.
Oh, okay.
And you could pay to have a certain version of it, or all the teams, or something. Like you could buy it,
Right.
but it was I think the basic version is free.
Oh, that's nice.
No, it's not. It's a horrible game. It doesn't matter if it's free if it's bad.
It's just horrible. Okay. But it is nice that it was free. I mean,
guess.
why complain if it's free? Those games cost a lot of money.
Because
they knew what they were doing. They releasing it too early, and that's why they gave it away for free.
Maybe, but here's the reason why free games don't get the excuse of being poorly made is because the model of they still want to make money. How do they do that? How do they make money?
Whatever you're doing inside the game, you have to pay for things.
Right, you pay for things. You pay for teams. You pay for jerseys. You pay.
But if people aren't into the game, they're not going to pay for those things.
Right, and it being free doesn't excuse the worthlessness of everything you're doing.
Okay, we don't totally disagree on that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they admitted to it. They updated the game. They put in more actual PES game stuff. I don't see PES coming back though as like a good game, not at least for a while. I'm pretty sure it's going to be this trash for a good while. I don't know what they did, but it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Too bad, PES.
Round 3?
Sure.
And 3 times 1. What is it? 3! Yeah, that's a magic number.
All right. So we got a new game announcement.
Mama had a little baby.
Yeah, I do. No one can hear you because you're talking too low. Do you know that?
That's a magic number.
Yeah.
That's okay. So unlike eFootball 2022, there are 2 games that are happening or being made.
So we have first Tomb Raider. The new Tomb Raider game is coming out, and
I was actually going with Max Payne 1 and 2.
Well, let's do Tomb Raider first because it's kind of a combo of things. First of all, it's we're getting a new Tomb Raider, which is great. Hopefully, it's not exclusive this time. Hopefully, it's on PlayStation and Xbox. And a Tomb Raider on next gen consoles. I'm down with that. Tomb Raider is a really fun game. I know you watched me play when I was a kid, the old one. Yeah. The new ones, you'd love them. They're games you would like. If you were adept at using a controller, you would really like those games.
I'm gonna learn.
Good. So this new Tomb Raider is coming out. We don't know anything about it, but more interestingly,
it gives
is
me
that
more time to learn.
It's going to be using Unreal 5. Unreal 5 is the new Unreal Engine. They just put out like a demo of it. You saw a bit of Unreal 5 when we did the Matrix game.
Right.
Remember?
Right.
That's Unreal 5.
That was unreal.
I mean, it looks great.
Yeah.
It really does. It looks really good.
Like they're in the room with you.
Yeah, except they're on the screen. But yeah, I know what you mean. It looks really good.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to seeing Unreal 5 on the new consoles and what's happening. I think it looks great. Unreal's super popular, so it's good. We're gonna see a lot of it. It's gonna probably, when these new engines come out, they really define the consoles, like especially Unreal, like what you remember when those come out. I think Unreal kind of dominated the PS3, Xbox 360 times. I think PS4 had more maybe varieties of stuff, but yeah, I'm excited. So Tomb Raider is an action adventure game.
Okay.
Not an RPG.
Well, is it?
Okay, when we say RPG, we don't just mean role playing as in you're playing the character only, right? Yeah. It means it's not just playing a character. It's usually the opposite of what you think, right? Tomb Raider, that's a character. She has a personality. She does things. That's actually not role playing. Role playing in a video game is actually when your character is like a blank canvas, and then you build them in a direction, gameplay wise, to fit into a class, like a mage or a knight or a kind of thing. That's role playing. So this isn't a role playing game. I don't know. It might be, but they might make it one. But it's action adventure, jump around. Uncharted, also a movie out, which I will see soon, and I guess review on the show. Uncharted, the movie.
Oh, that's right. Action.
Where's that damn 4th Chaos Emerald?
That is a chaos thing, not for my game, but a different game. So Max Payne. we have confirmation that we're getting a Max Payne 1 and 2 remake
At some
for
point.
PlayStation 5 at some point. It's just been announced. I wouldn't expect this game for another 2 years, maybe. If they're actually do you know the difference between a remake and a
What was that? A remake and a...
My English is gone. I'm sorry. A remake versus a remaster.
Yeah, so what was that you were using instead of English?
Arabic. I said it in Arabic. Ramadan. Remember, it was very
Oh my God.
Ramadan. Got to be respectful to the peoples. You gotta
Shut us down here. Okay.
All right.
Woo.
Okay, Arabic, but not by Muslim people. Then there you go.
Okay.
Different Arabics. Okay. Anyway, Max Payne 1 and 2 are coming. They're remakes. Do you remember Max Payne?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I love Max Payne.
Yeah, it's nice to watch. Fun.
Lots of killing, lots of death, dead
of
baby
death.
jokes everywhere. Not in the game, I guess. You make them outside the game, but it's great. I love Max Payne. Super fun games. Real chill, real relaxed. Max Payne 3 was fun. But 1 and 2 getting remakes. And so a remake is when they actually make the game over again.
All over again.
A remaster is when they take the game and update it. Right?
That
So
makes sense.
if they actually remake these, they're short games. At least the first one, I think, if I remember correctly. They're short games. So hopefully it doesn't take too long to...
You said 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years for 2 games.
Oh, okay.
They're going to come out together. They're releasing together in a pack. And maybe they'll even remaster Max Payne 3. Because that came out on PlayStation 3 right at the end
Yeah,
of
may as
PlayStation
well
3
go
time.
for it. Yeah.
And it's a game that I think would be great with the new look. It's got real... I don't know. Max Payne's just a cool character.
Yeah, I think so. And it's going to be for PS5 and Xbox XS
Yeah, they're making it multiplayer.
and for PCs. Well,
Okay, so at this point in gaming, PC is going to get everything.
oh, that's great.
Unless it's made by PlayStation, it's going to be on PC.
So let's say I want to use my PC. Is it better to have a gaming PC or?
Right. Okay, so for advice for you and anyone else who wants to have or make a PC or like get into PC gaming, if you just have a regular laptop that you have for work or school or something, it's probably going to be able to play the most basic of games, but not anything that you're going to... Essentially, not anything that you'll probably want to play on your PlayStation. You're not going to be able to play it on your 8 gigabyte, who knows what you bought at Walmart, right? Not going to happen. You need to get if you want it on a laptop, you should get a gaming laptop. That's going to cost you anywhere between, if it's like sales time and it's a good time, you could get a decent gaming laptop from $700 to $1,500 to maybe $2,000 if you want something really capable of just doing anything. If you want like a high end, you're going to spend more than that. But
What if you build your own?
if you build your own like I did, it depends on what you want to do. If you just kind of casually want to play games, you don't really care about the graphics that much, you just want to be able to run it, you could probably build a decent PC for like $700, $800. Well, not today because the market's really bad.
It's really changed.
Graphic cards are so expensive, but in a normal time, you could build one for $700-$800 and have a PC that could have a monitor, maybe 2, and you could play a nice whatever games out at a decent quality 1080p and not watch YouTube at the same time or something. If you want a higher end, you're going to spend $2,000 or more for higher end things. Whatever. Sorry, I'm loud. I am pretty loud. I should probably take the
Yes.
there we go. I'm sorry, guys.
Stay out of my microphone.
For like I would say if you're the two things you really need to play games on a computer.
Okay.
That's going to dictate what you can do. Your graphics card. Well, three things: your graphics card, your CPU, and your RAM. If you're a multitasker, you're gonna need more RAM. If you want to do this and that and the other on your computer, maybe you want to stream, and maybe you want to do that, and maybe you want to open a thing, have more RAM just so you can run the things. You need a graphics card. The graphics card essentially is gonna cost half of your budget. So if you want to spend $1,000 on a gaming PC, you're gonna want to spend $500 on your graphics card for it to be worth the $1,000. Of course, you can spend more, but if you get a $500 graphic card and you spend $1,500, you're really wasting your money on things that aren't boosting your performance. And then you have your CPU. CPU, it's important, but
I was checking my stocks.
your NVIDIA, yeah. See. Just make sure if you're getting a laptop, make sure it's got good RAM. Usually the gaming PCs do, but you want to check the graphics card to make sure it's a card that's going to play what you want and how you want, whether that's 4K or 1080p. Graphics card is really, really what you want to look at for power. So if you're going to go get a PC, I would say, of course I'll help you, but graphics card is what we're looking at the most. But the problem with PC is you could do nothing wrong and the game will crash and not work. Like everyone's PC is different. Every part is different. That's why people get consoles. Every PlayStation has the same parts in it. Maybe they update a thing or two every year or something, but they all built the same. They're all going to run the game.
Do they send you updates?
They update it, but the hardware is the same.
Right.
You look at this. There's probably how many people in the state have the exact same parts I do?
Yeah.
You 4, 5, right?
100,000.
Like the same combination of parts. No, the same combination of parts. Probably not. Everyone's got different fans and CPUs and everything. So games, they're not as reliable on the PC, especially if you don't know your upkeep. So, but yeah, it'll be on PlayStation, Xbox, probably PC, Max Payne 2 and 1. I put this one here. What is this?
2-minute drill, the Huskers defense.
I don't know. I think this was something else.
The last one is Morbius. Go Marvel on it.
I put something else here, but it filled it in with something unrelated. It had something to do with gamers and something. Don't know.
Maybe I didn't update.
I think it just pinned the wrong thing. It's fine. That's no problem. Hey, I know we're only on number 4, all right? But we have a fan favorite sound, so we're just going to skip to 6, okay?
No, not 6. I said 7. Nobody's coming up with 6. Who works out in 6 minutes? You won't even get your heart going, not even a mouse on a wheel.
Number 6, which is actually number 5. I watched Morbius. Kalak and I went out to watch Morbius. To horrible reviews, right? I was gonna watch it anyway. I watch all these movies. Got horrible reviews. It's like the joke of the town. Like if you go on Twitter, Morbius jokes are like everywhere. They're pretty funny. But I watched the movie and it's not. I don't know where the. I'm sorry, headphones on. I watched the movie. I don't know where the jokes are coming from.
Huh.
The movie's not like that. This big horrible mess. I know what it.
What are the jokes about?
How nobody's seeing it. How the acting is so bad. The special effects are so bad. The stories.
Are the special effects that bad?
Oh, they're okay.
They're not good though. You didn't say they're pretty good.
Well, so the special effects, they're only really 3 things going on. There are bats. The bats look fine. There's this thing that happens because he's a vampire or
right,
like a vampire. There's echolocation thing, so like everything vibrates. It looks fine. And 3 is the vampire faces that they put on the main character more, it looks fine. When the fight scene's happening, yeah, it looks like CG, but it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like Avengers. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look like the guy is in a suit punching a guy. But
Right.
they, you know,
What does it look like?
it doesn't look like Godzilla, right? Godzilla looks amazing, the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
one, right? But I'd say it's more than, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like, oh, look at that CG. It's just,
You're kind of making me lean toward the reviews because you're
What?
not saying it's really good and there's nothing wrong with this.
well, it's not. Okay, when you're talking about stuff like CG,
Uh-huh.
they're only there's really good where, wow, I didn't even know that was CG. Or there's it's CG, or there's 3, oh, that's horrible CG. It's CG.
You know it's CG.
Like, I know that's not what's his name? What's the freaking guy's name?
Morbius.
Not Jared Leto. I know it's not Jared Leto jumping on top of this thing. I know that, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't look bad. And then the acting is, I didn't see any. Well, Tyrese. Okay, Tyrese is in this movie. Exactly. He doesn't do anything.
Why?
He doesn't. I think he has like 4 lines, 6 lines. He's on the screen for probably 30 minutes in the movie all throughout. He doesn't say much. His character is not a character. His partner, he's like a cop. He has a partner that's also
He's always
a cop.
a cop, isn't he? Except in the
Yeah, right.
racing movies.
Fast and Furious movies. His partner is a character, but the main cop is not a character. It feels, to me, it feels like they cut out like 90% of whatever he did because he's just not acting, right? But other than that, okay. I saw the other movies that are in this, the Venom movies, Venom 1, Venom 2.
Oh, yeah.
Those are worse than this movie.
Really?
Yeah. Like Venom 2 is very contrived. I like Venom.
Okay.
I like the character. I went and watched the movies, right? I like Carnage or whatever. But the really contrived movies, you can hardly tell what's happening in the fights. It's just like goo going through goo. The CG in those movies isn't very good because they hide it with explosions and you can't really see what's happening. So it's like, I saw Venom and I'd give Venom 1 and 2 a 3 and 4 respectively.
Ew.
As movies.
That's disappointing.
I mean, when you look at the grand scale of movies and like enjoying the movie, plus like what it is cinematographically and what it is plot wise and what it is this and that, I'd say the Venom movies are 3s and 4s, 1 and 2.
And what
The
is
best part of
Morbius?
Venom 2 is the ending credits that shows something I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
That's the best part. The best part of the movie is when it is after the movie, where it's not part of the movie. That's how ridiculous Venom 2 is. Morbius, I on a scale of movies, I give it a 5, 5.5. I'd watch it again if it popped up on TV. It's not.
That's close to double. Okay.
And
And
Venom 1, sure. Yeah.
And Sony is who released this, so it's not the same people. Universal does Fast and Furious, so maybe he
Fast
changed.
and Furious got to do with.
I'm trying to figure out why Tyrese is in this.
They needed a character, so I don't know.
I'm just trying to figure it
Here's
out.
the answer. I don't know because they literally could have replaced him and the other cop with random
Anyone
detectives
else. Yeah.
or no one. They could have had characters like Detective A and Detective B. I have no clue why. So I really don't know why they're in there.
Okay, I won't try to guess anymore.
But it made, the story, I understood what was happening. It made sense. It didn't feel too long. Venom 2 felt too short in a really bad way. Like nothing happened. Like everything happened and nothing happened at the same time. Morbius felt like, okay, 90 minutes. And
thank you for saying that because there are 2 movies that I missed seeing. And I said I have to see them. One was Venom.
Venom 1 or Venom 2?
1. I haven't
You didn't see it?
I haven't
Okay.
seen it. And The Mummy with What's the short
no,
guy?
Mummy. I'd give it Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Mummy is Mummy's a 4,
Okay.
3 or 4. I'm talking a scale of 10.
Well, that's saying
Well, I'm talking scale of 12 because you have some movies that are like
better than
like
10. Yeah.
they culturally just sit
Awesome.
better.
Yeah.
You still talk about The Godfather, right? That's
The Matrix.
Sure, right? These are movies that are
White chicks.
you have to.
Face off. Do I keep going? Classics.
Okay, but
Yeah.
this is Morbius is a 5.5. I'll watch it again if it pops up on TV. You know, if it relates to some other movie and I forget what happens, I'll watch it. Venom 2. I literally have no pulse to watch those movies ever again. So I think, you know, the jokes are the jokes because it's fun to joke. Most people haven't seen it. It's fun to joke about it. But the movie isn't that. I mean, it's not that bad. It's better than Justice League, not the recut, the original Justice League. It's better. I like it better than. You know, I'm talking superhero movies.
Well, that's
here, right?
good because if everyone's giving it bad reviews, then that's something different.
Why is that good?
Well, because kind of like the reason I don't run to watch the Academy Award winning movie because just because they think it's great doesn't mean it is.
Yeah, I don't understand the I don't, because clearly it's not popularity. Clearly it's not money. Clearly it's not.
It's supposed to be
There are other
art.
things.
That's it.
Well, no, it's
But
not
it's
art
not
either
art.
because there's a lot of bidding and stuff
Right.
to get the
It's how much
nominated.
money you give them.
No, it's not just that. It's,
How many
it's politics in
bribes
it
they
and
can
stuff.
get.
But so like Coda, I don't know anyone who watched that movie. And that is, I don't know if that, I don't mean like that should be a deciding factor of that movie, but to me, it's like they don't watch every movie.
No.
They don't even watch all the nominated movies. The people who choose
Right.
don't even watch
You're
them.
absolutely right.
So how, I don't understand what the awards are really for. Like Best Actor, you understand what that means.
Right.
Best
Right.
comedy. Do they have a best comedy now?
I don't think they have that yet.
They might.
I haven't seen that.
If it's one of the ones they sent out in text messages or something. But like,
If so, it's off screen, but I haven't seen that.
if they did, I know what that means. The funnier
Right,
movie,
and they
right? But like
should have
the best
that.
movie thing, I don't know what
Right.
that.
What is best? Best for whom?
Well, it's not for
Is
whom.
it best
like,
dramatic movie? Is it best feel good movie?
I think the point is they take everything into consideration, but then we don't know what they take into consideration. That's kind of weird.
Well, they actually run ads and have parties and
Yeah, I know.
all of that.
That's for nominations, though. Yeah,
so they can get nominated.
yeah.
And then they just go eeny, meeny, miny.
I don't think so, because I think that's a big decision to give the movie of the year to a streaming service movie. That's not even like a theater movie. That's like kind of a big deal.
But
That's
they've
a
done
real.
it before. I
that's
mean,
a s-
Netflix is a heavy hitter now.
What Netflix movie got?
Oh,
Picture of the
you're
year?
making me think. I can't.
None of them. No, Netflix has never won Picture of the Year from the Academy.
But they'll continue to.
No, they haven't. They've been doing it for years. They haven't. Apple did the first 2 years.
Okay, same
Yeah.
thing.
I mean, all I'm saying is kind of weird. I haven't seen the movie. The trailers look horrible, so that's why it's kind of turned me off.
Oh, Apple was also Macbeth. Yeah,
Well, Macbeth is one thing.
yeah.
Coda
It was nominated too, and
as the best picture is strange.
so you're right. I guess Apple's got all the best pictures.
I don't know if maybe they just bought the film. I don't know if Apple made it. I just know. I doubt it, right? Not like Netflix makes.
And King Richard.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I don't know who. I didn't see it either.
He's in theaters. That's why.
Yeah.
It's COVID time. I'm not going. Well, I did go, but I go to the poor theater. There's no one in there. Like $4 on Tuesday, $6 nighttime, right? And
It's
then
an economy movie. It's
and
not
then
a poor movie.
and then I have the Cinemark app thing or whatever. I get free ticket every month.
All right.
So it's free. Movie's free. Well, I mean, I pay for the Cinemark thing, but whatever.
That's cool. That's cool.
I guess. I think that was it for the show.
And for your throat, sounds like.
Yeah, I got some phlegm.
Well, I hope I haven't lost you any loyal viewers or fans.
Oh, that happened 6 months ago.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Okay, so I'm going to challenge you. Play a different game.
Oh, you challenged last time. Did anyone ever figure out the game that I described so horribly?
So seeing as we... no.
Okay.
No.
I couldn't find it myself.
Last time I checked the email, no. So I'll check again today. If you did... Here's the thing. I'm going to be honest with you. We don't know what game it is. She still hasn't found the ad again. I don't know what game it is. So whoever guesses, I'll get you something anyway. Get that you're wrong, right?
No, it has to be right.
How do we know it's right?
I'll know it's right.
No, if somebody says it's this game...
Then we're going to look it up and find out if it's right. Because I want to play that game.
Okay.
That is one game that I will play until I play it off the wheels.
Okay, so what besides that, what game are you going to play that's not Egg Inc. and not Wordle?
You took away my game. I don't know. I'm gonna find something. I will this week. Because I do want to have something to talk about.
Take the
what?
Bring
it down.
Bring it down.
I want to have something to talk about. I want to participate if I'm gonna be a part of this.
I mean, if you want, you can take the PlayStation 4 and play something.
I can
make a profile,
and that way you won't beat me up when I don't know which thing to push. I'll die many times over and over, but that's okay.
Yeah,
I don't mind as long as no one's watching.
No one will be watching. You just
or criticizing.
Turn it on. Make sure the internet's on. Log into the profile. You probably just log into mine or maybe even Biko's or something, and yeah.
Let's arrange that this weekend.
Something. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well,
but it's got to be something exciting because they're tired of Egg Inc.
I've got tons of exciting things, but you need to learn to play. There's like a brain to finger connection you have to have. Sleeve stack. Excuse me, sorry. I was teaching Joe, I think it was Joe, how to play Mortal Kombat. At least kids. They're teenagers. They got games down pat. Elden Ring, no problem.
They were born from the womb playing games. That's why.
But if I can't just give him a controller and have him play the fighting game, it's a whole new thing you have to learn. You have to do the same. You've got to download and learn how to brain to finger an adventure game, a fighting game, a racing game. It's not just like I know how to play games. So boom 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 boom. You have to know how to play different types of games.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep playing my kitchen game. What is that?
Oh boy, I don't know.
Crazy.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Crazy Diner
mobile game.
Yeah.
All right.
And that'll help me go faster.
We might have to get you a Switch. Maybe that'll be an introduction to you for games.
You're wasting your money.
You could sit on the couch and do the thing and have the TV on and not really worry. Maybe that's it. Maybe you need the lesser man's console.
Lesser man's console.
That's how I saw it, but now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the way to spread games to the world. Nintendo's Switch.
As long as you don't call it a lesser man's console.
Okay.
Who wants to play that?
Apparently millions of people.
But they don't know that you call it.
I'm in the minority of people who think that it is they should have given us more for the money. That's how I see it. Most people don't feel that way. They love the Switch.
So you want me to waste my money on a lesser man's console?
Yeah, if you have fun, sure.
No. I'll just borrow your PlayStation.
Okay.
That works for me.
Well, thanks for listening to the show. You can reach us at Super Chevy Bro on Twitter, Instagram at Super Chevy Bros, and the email is the same, superchevybros@gmail.com. Send us letters. Ask us questions. Maybe you can guess Mom's game and win something. What do you win? I don't know, because I really don't think we're going to get this found out. But if we do, we'll just figure it out. Thanks for listening to the show. It's been a blast. This has been Travar and Mom. Maybe we can get Biko back one day. We'll see.
Yeah, as a guest host.
Oh, I think shots have been fired. Thanks for listening. This has been the Super Chevy Brothers podcast.